So you want to make money, but don't know where to start. It's pointless talking about investing or saving at this stage, because you've got to have money to start with to do any of those things. It's kind of like going to a bank to deposit some money into your account with an empty bag, no money in it at all. Good morning, I'd like to deposit some cash, please. Great, can you pass me the cash, please? Of course, here you go. Thank you, sir. See? It doesn't work, right? So let's start looking at what you do have to start making money with. It really comes down to just a few things. What do you own that you no longer use? What do you own that could be more valuable to someone else than it is to you? What skills do you have and how much time do you have? And by the last one, I mean not how much time do you have spare, because those are choices that you're making, but how much time do you actually have apart from doing the things that you have to do, like sleeping, like eating, like working or studying? How much time do you actually have available to do something with? Getting to the first one first, looking at things that you have that you no longer need, or that you have that are more valuable to someone else than they are to you. You've guessed it, I'm talking about selling things that you might have around the house that belong to you, that someone else will be willing to pay for. Finding something that you own in your home that you no longer use, or that is valuable more to someone else than it is to you. Selling that item or those items onto someone that would pay you for them. Not only does that bring you extra cash, but it has the added benefit of making you some space at home. When I do this, I use sites like Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, Shpock, and Nextdoor to sell things that I no longer need. Or even if I think I need them, I usually give it 6 months, figure out if I've actually used them over the last 6 months, and then stop kidding myself that I might use it in the future and just get rid of it. That brings me in some nice cash. And all you have to do is take a couple of photographs, draft a small description, and put it on Facebook Marketplace. And then copy and paste that across the other 3. So you've got the same photos, the same description across all 4. And as people are browsing, trying to find things to buy on these secondhand websites, they'll probably come across your ad. And if they're interested, they'll send you a message or give you a call. It's as easy as that. If you've got a specific set of skills, say in social media posting, and the posts you make on your own social media profiles get a lot of likes, comments and general engagement, then I'm sure those local businesses would love to have a chat with someone like you, someone who could manage their social media profiles for them. And this is because a lot of local businesses don't really have the time or even the understanding on how to manage their social media presence in the best way for them. They're more focused on the day-to-day management and simply don't have the time to manage their own social media. They know it's important, but they lack the skills and experience to manage social media. They're more focused day-to-day on getting sales for their goods or services. And even some of those that do have an online presence and do manage it, they don't necessarily do it well. Have you ever noticed that? They're not necessarily interested in engaging an audience, in establishing a local following that can then buy off them once they know and trust them. And this is why I think they'd love to have someone like you. You know your way around social media, you know your way around Instagram, you know your way around TikTok. You know that you need to add value to an audience, not just sell to them all the time. You know, Gary Vee's jab, 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 right hook mentality. That's exactly what a local business needs. And that's something you might be able to provide for them. For a fee, of course. Beyond that, there are some obvious things you could do. You could scout your local neighborhood, the homes in your area, to see if there's something people would like help with that they might actually pay you for. Maybe you could cut their grass for a fixed rate or an hourly rate. You might be able to use equipment that that homeowner already has available. They might just not have the time to do it and might be willing to pay an ambitious young individual to do it for them. You might want to ask them if they need help washing their cars or hoovering their cars for a fixed rate. These are just 2 examples that you don't need a huge amount of experience to get stuck into straight away and earn some money very quickly that you can then choose to do something with to make even more money. The beauty of going door to door to people's homes and to local businesses is that it gets you out and about, talking to people and offering them a service. You're likely to get a hell of a lot of no's, but amongst them you'll also get a couple of yeses. And that's the thing, you should only really care about the yeses. And you'll start learning what it feels like when someone says no to what you're selling, when someone says I'm not interested. And you'll learn to take it in your stride and move on to the next possible yes. This is invaluable later on in life. You may be good at photography. You show your friends and family the photos you take on your smartphone every now and then, and they love them. Maybe you've picked up things in school or in classes that makes you better than the average photographer. Maybe you've got a great result in a photography class. That could be your sales pitch to a local business. You'll be surprised that lots of people are looking for great photos to be taken for their CVs, for their LinkedIn profiles, or headshots for other reasons. Some local business owners will want better photographs of their shopfront, for example, or the interior of their business for their local Google Maps listing. Or maybe a local restaurant needs great shots for their food, for their menu, or for their online listing. Figure out how much you should charge for this. Maybe you take 20 photos, edit them at home, and send them to customers for a reasonable fixed fee. That's not a bad idea, actually. Thanks. You'll be surprised how many people say yes to this if they like the sound of what you're offering, the price you're offering it at, and you can convince them that you've got skills and experience that they don't have in this area. You can use websites like Nextdoor to promote what you're offering digitally as well as going door to door. Now, if you're new to all this, I would always recommend going out in person rather than just relying on digital. And this is because it helps boost your confidence, helps you understand how to engage people in the right way, and helps you understand what makes them tick, perhaps things like when's the best time to approach them. Maybe mornings are better, or perhaps people are in a better mood in the late afternoon. Things like that. When you're starting out on your journey of making money, particularly when you're starting from zero, it's important to carve out as much time as possible to learn the things that you have to learn in order to maximize your chances of getting to where you want to be. And aside from the things we've talked about so far, there are, of course, other ways to make money. Some will involve learning a skill or gaining some experience in something you don't have yet, something you don't know about yet. You might have heard about something, but you won't necessarily be an expert in that area. So spend time learning things which you have an interest in and which others may have an interest in paying you for once you know more about a topic than they do. And of course, I don't mean that you'll become an expert over everyone else in the world, but in the same way, there'll always be people who know more about a topic than you do, no matter how much you research or understand an area. There will also always be other people who know far less than you do. And to these people, not only will you look like an expert, you will actually be an expert. One big topic at the moment is understanding AI prompts. One big topic at the moment that has caught everyone's attention is AI, of course. AI has ramifications everywhere, globally, nationally, regionally, and locally. This could even open up training opportunities for you in the future as an AI expert in your local area. People come to you to understand how to use AI and these large language models better, particularly around prompts at the moment. So prompts are all the rage. But what is a prompt, you may ask? A prompt is simply a way you feed in a question or an instruction to an AI model. And when I say an AI model, what I really mean is a large language model like Bard or ChatGPT-4. There are so many job ads out there for prompt engineers at the moment. One great thing you can do right now is seek out these prompt engineer job adverts. See what these organizations are specifically looking for from prompt engineers. What kind of experience are they after? What skills do they need their job applicants to demonstrate? What industries are these organizations in? And I'm not saying you need to apply for these jobs, no, not at all. But you can use these job adverts to your benefit to understand what demand is out there and what specifically organizations are looking for. If over the next week or two you can understand the basics of what makes a good prompt, and you can demonstrate to people that you know how to make the most effective use of these large language models like Bard or ChatGPT, that if they want a particular output from things like ChatGPT-4, then they should enter their prompt like this rather than like this, then you will find that you have knowledge that is worth something to the market. You could write up a 5 to 10 page PDF or a slide deck on how to write effective prompts. You can then open a Twitter or X account and tell the world what you know, and maybe even offer your document up for maybe $10 or $15 a pop. Together with a PayPal account and the tweets that you're sending out, of course, telling everybody what you know, you may find your PayPal account filling up with multiple sets of $10 to $15 at a time. And then all you have to do is send your buyers that document via a direct message. Twitter or X is only one tool, of course. There is TikTok, there is Instagram, there is Threads, and of course, even Facebook. A week later, you can reach out to those customers of yours, get some feedback, and refine your document for future customers. And of course, learning and understanding how to write prompts for AI large language models is just one area of interest for me at the moment. But there is so much more you can do. Start browsing sites like Upwork or Fiverr and find out what people are looking for, what businesses are looking for, what skills and experience are businesses looking for, in what areas, and what are people on Fiverr and Upwork selling? What are they offering? What sort of services are they offering? What experiences and skills do they have that you could start learning? The world is full of opportunities. You are living at a fantastic time in history. Just learn, adapt, learn some more, and starting from zero will never be a problem for you again. Let me know how you get on in the comments below, or if you think there's anything I've missed. I'd love to hear from you. Until then, I'll see you on the next one.